This is Marcy Anderson with the Fishing Report for Southeast Kentucky. With the hot temps we've been having lately, fishing has been somewhat slow during the daytime hours. On Laurel River Lake, some bluegill are being picked up with crickets and mealworms. At night, the largemouth bass are being caught on topwater lures and soft plastic worms. We're also hearing some reports of walleye being caught in the lower end of the lake on main lake points using crawler rigs fished at 25 to 30 feet deep. On Dale Hollow, walleye are being picked up on night crawler rigs and crankbaits fished at 20 to 25 feet deep. Anglers have been having some success fishing at night for smallmouth bass using spinnerbaits and jigs fishing points in 15 to 20 feet of water, and largemouth bass are being picked up on soft plastics in the back of coves and creeks. When the summer temperatures heat up, it's always a good time to hit the Cumberland tailwater. Trout can be caught on a variety of baits, including small spinners, worms, and corn. Catches are better when they are generating from the dam, and with the rain the last few weeks, they are generating most hours of the day. The schedule for Wolf Creek Dam can be found on the web by searching TVA Generation Pre-Schedule. So good luck and good fishing.
This is Tom with your fishing report from the Northeast. Cave Run and Grayson Lake both are somewhat stable at summer pool levels with temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. Bass in both lakes are in a summer pattern, so you'll be fishing slow and around structure, both debris structure and lake contour structures. White bass are active on Cave Run Lake, fish at dusk with smaller, shad-imitating baits, and the hybrid striped bass are also picking up on Grayson. They search for the coolest oxygenated water available, which is usually right above the thermocline, and shad imitating baits do the trick here as well. Noodling season is still open, and you might find a straggler fish up on the nest here and there, but your best bet right now would be doing a little jug fishing. Lastly, for Cave Run and Grayson, on panfish, crappie are slow, and bluegill are scattered but shallow and around brush. Other than the big lakes, stream fishing is picking up. You have Kinney, Tigrets, and Little Sandy for muskie fishing, the Licking River below Cave Run Lake Dam for about any species you wish, and the smaller streams like Triplet and Slate Creek for smallmouth bass and rock bass. Please remember, for any stream, you need permission to access off of private land. Also, with these pop-up storms we've been getting the last few weeks, you might be hit and miss on the stream levels. The USGS does a pretty good job of posting most stream levels on the internet, so do a little research, and that can save you a trip somewhere if the water level is too high. Hope this helps y'all. If you get out, remember to stay safe and good luck.
This is Rob Rold in the Northwestern Fishery District with a fishing update for our area lakes. Nolin River Lake is at summer pool, temperatures in the mid-80s. Rough River Lake, however, is 13 feet above summer pool. It's high. They have some downstream flooding issues, so not allowed to discharge water, so Rough's going to remain high for the next couple of weeks probably. But the bass fishing's been good at both lakes. Been good off the main lake points, as well as along the deeper channel banks, 12 to 15 foot depth range. Bait's been producing the best have been jigs, as well as weighted plastics. Night fishing's also been good for bass, especially along some of the steeper rocky banks. Rough River Lake, because it's high, a lot of the bass have actually, they're catching some back in the flooded timber. So at 13 feet above, there's plenty of flooded timber. And at night, some of the guys have been pulling some good bass out of the flooded stuff. Crappie have been hit or miss, but mostly been pretty decent over the last couple of weeks, especially over deeper brush piles, again in the 12 to 15 foot depth range. Catfish are active at night along the steeper banks, especially those banks with large rocks and boulders. Nolin, the white bass have been fairly active early and late in the day, and that's mainly in the mid to lower sections of the lake in the larger embayments and creek mouths. Been catching several on spinners as well as topwater baits when they're in the jumps. When they're not in the jumps, anglers have been finding them around 12 to 15 foot deep around the muddy points. At Rough River Lake, hybrids have been in the jumps, especially again early and late in the day. Been catching them on a variety of spinners as well as topwater noise-making baits with a nice little trailer on it. When they're not in the jumps and throughout the day, a lot of people have been finding them trolling around the main lake points and some of the deeper channel banks. Trolling swim baits has been especially productive. The Ohio River, because of all the frequent rains that have been moving through, has been up and down like a yo-yo, generally pretty muddy. It is getting a little bit down to more summertime levels, so give it another couple of weeks, hopefully without any rain, and it'll be fishable again below the dams for catfish as well as striped bass and hybrid striped bass. Finn's Lakes stocked last month with channel catfish. Still plenty of channel catfish in them. It's Panther Creek Park, Yellow Creek Park, Wayman Morris Park in Davis County, around Owensboro, as well as Bevel Park in Litchfield and Madisonville City Park in Madisonville. And that is an update from the Northwestern District. Please remember, be safe while you're on the water. Always wear your life jackets.